Hey, what's up YouTube? My friend Elliot here. Day 3, 30-day challenge. 50 pull-ups, 100 push-ups. We back outside. It's pretty windy out here today. Let's not waste too much time. Let's get right into the workout. All right? Day 3.
The body and the mind work together and depend on each other, so they both need attention. We can look at developing ourselves spiritually, physically, and mentally with respect to our spiritual development. This may be a major or a minor issue for you, depending on your values and your goals. Now, in taking care of the physical, we must learn to be conscious of ourselves, but not self-conscious. We need to be aware of our physical appearance, our physical well-being, but not to the point of being self-conscious. We need to be aware. We need to take care, but some people devote too much of their day to physical appearance. Physical appearance is going to have something to do with your future, your well-being, your income. So to spend some time on physical appearance, how we appear to other people, does make a difference in terms of our acceptance and our ability to function and do well in the marketplace. In fact, there's another Bible phrase that says, take care of the outside for people and take care of the inside for God. People look on the outside and God looks on the inside. Now you might believe that people shouldn't judge you by physical appearance. Well, let me give you a clue. They do. The best thing to base your life on is reality, what people really do. So since people generally judge by appearance, then that's probably one thing we want to take care of. That's just part of the game. Now, of course, when people get to know you, or if they've been around you any length of time at all, they're going to judge you by more than appearance. But sure enough, people at first are going to take a look. So taking care of yourself and personal appearance is a consideration. Now, physical development also includes your good health and your well-being. You got to spend some time on that so that you feel good in the marketplace. Get involved in some form of disciplined exercise. Keeping fit and feeling good has a positive effect on your attitude, not just your appearance. Even if you're not into sports, there are some cassette programs and books on how to stay in excellent shape in only 20 to 30 minutes a day. Get the tapes and find your best way to stay physically fit. Just develop a bit of consciousness about taking care of yourself physically. Physical fitness pays great dividends in terms of your energy level, your ability to live a long, healthy life, and your general sense of well-being. There's a Bible phrase that says, treat your body like a temple. So just put it in your notes. Body like temple. Not a bad suggestion. Treat your body like a temple, not a woodshed. The other part of physical well-being is nutrition. There are some excellent cassettes and books on this subject for you to investigate as well. Do all you can to stay fit, to stay healthy, and to stay well, because physical health and fitness affect how you feel about yourself and how you perform in the marketplace. When you feel good about yourself, other people will feel good about you too. Appearance, vigor, vitality, and well-being have a lot to do with how your life works out now. The mental exercise and nourishment are just as important as physical and spiritual exercise and nourishment. You want to make sure that the acceleration of your mental health, mental well-being, mental capacity keeps up with your physical capacity. So make sure at 40 that your mind has kept up with the passing of the years. Don't stay 30 at 40, don't stay 30 at 50. Keep up the learning curve with mental exercises. It's so important for you and me to be stretched beyond where we are. It's too easy to just comfortably sit and stop growing. Often doesn't seem to be that necessary to make the push, to make the effort to learn and to grow and to challenge yourself. So here's what I'm asking you to do. Be that unusual person who keeps up his learning curve. Succeeding in life is not usual. It's unusual. You need to develop some unusual habits to earn the outstanding rewards. A friend of mine said a standard education will get you standard results. You want a lot more than standard results. You need to become a lot more than a standard person. And now I've got some more good news for you. Never before in the history of the world has it been easier for someone like you or me to become educated, skilled, highly creative, innovative, and spilling over with profitable ways of thinking. I'm talking about making full use of audio cassettes like the one you're listening to. How you can turn your automobile into a professional growth seminar on wheels. I'm serious. Cassettes can turn time you spend driving your car, dressing in the morning, or or exercising to solve it. Effective personal development while your friends are vegetating on the way to work listening to the radio. That doesn't help them one bit to do a better job. You're picking up new negotiating skills, better sales techniques, or a new creative way to solve problems. Keep building your library of fine quality cassette resources. There isn't a better place. You can put a few dollars every month. Become a student of good ideas wherever they can be found. Always be on the lookout for a good idea, a business idea, a product idea, a service idea, an idea for personal improvement. Spend the money and time and the effort. They're all investments, time, effort, and money, but the payoff is so great. It's hard to compare the cost of the reward. I have a great suggestion for the cassettes and the books and the lectures, the seminars and the videos you need for a constant flow of ideas and inspiration. Set up an educational fund. Take a portion of your income each month and set it aside to invest in all the means of the search for knowledge. Remember, the best money spent is the money spent to cultivate the genius of your own mind and spirit. Make sure you don't spend more for accommodation than you do for education. The money small price, the promise, unlimited potential. Just make this note. All of us, have self-interest. The key is for it to be enlightened, so that everybody wins and no one loses. Our first interest is to survive. What does it take to survive? Our second interest is to succeed. What does it take to succeed? What does it take for me personally to survive and to succeed? Can I legitimately be interested enough in the things that help me both succeed and survive? And here's the answer: yes, it's possible to exercise self-interest, but to do it in such a way that no one loses, everyone benefits. Key phrase: life was not designed to give us what we need. Life was designed to give us what we deserve. Interesting Bible phrase that says, if you keep knocking, you'll find open doors. Good phrase to jot down. If you keep knocking, you'll find open doors, doors of opportunity. Doors have a chance to meet someone. Doors open for association. Doors open to find someone special. Doors open to find a unique business colleague. If you keep knocking the door, phrase says doors of opportunity are open to those who continually knock. So we don't find open doors of opportunity because we need them. We find them because we deserve only those who knock deserve to find an open door. But the promise is if you continually knock, you'll find doors of opportunity. It's as if you search, you will find, so make the note. It's good. Finding is reserved for the searchers because they deserve it now. At first they may have needed it, but they now know that just needing it is not sufficient. But if they need it now, they must qualify. The reason why you're going to be blessed with good ideas this weekend is because you've come searching. You've gotten on an airplane to come searching. Got on your automobile to come searching. You got here searching. Now you're ready to receive. And for those who search, they will find answers. They will find plans, imagination to stir yourself into action, future benefit. So if you search to find a good idea, you must go looking and searching. You've got to go to church. You've got to go to class. You've got to go to the seminar. You've got to go to the library. You've got to go to the books if you wish to find. Rarely does a good idea interrupt you. Rarely. But if you will search, you will find. So we get not what we need, but we get what we deserve. It says if you ask, someone has an answer. If you keep asking, the answers belong to you because by virtue of asking, you have qualified. So we don't get what we need. We get what we deserve. The mother on welfare should be taught in some small manner that hopefully she can begin deserving the welfare check. Not getting it because she needs it, but now starting to get it because she deserves it. If the welfare worker says to Mary, Mary, I brought a bucket of paint and a paintbrush, and the next time I come, if the door is painted and the fence here in front is painted, I give you the check for $450. Not the painting the door and painting the fence is worth $450. It's not worth that much, but it is the beginning of the process. So we'll make that note. I want to begin the process of deserving. What would that be? What process should I begin engaging in to deserve good health? To deserve a good relationship? To deserve a prosperity? To deserve an enterprise? To deserve the opportunity to build a city? What must I do to begin the process of deserve? So now the welfare worker comes back and the door is painted and the fence is painted. And now Mary gets the $450 to help take care of her children. Not because she needs it, but because she's beginning to deserve it. Then the welfare worker thinks of some other project. She said, Mary, if these weeds are gone and this little garden is cultivated, when I come back, now that the door is painted and the fence is painted, if the weeds are gone and this little garden is cultivated, you get the $450. And step by step, a new life is emerging, learning the process of deserving it, not just needy. We teach our children at home, right? Child says, I need $10. Zero, so that language doesn't work here. There's plenty of money here, and the vaults are full. But to say I need $10 is not how you open the vault. So the channel says what? Wow, how can I get that $10 that I need? So here's what they learn to say. How could I earn $10? Now the vault opens up. Now the money starts to flow. How could I earn $10? What could I do to earn the money? Not to get the money because you need it. Maybe you need the money. That's all of us have needs here. The key is to figure out how to open the vault, how to open the bank, how to open this unbelievable flow of resources to come our way. And here's the key to deserve it, not to need it. You can't walk out to the field and say to the field, I need a crop. Here's what the field says. Here's what the ground says. Who is this clown that brings me his need but brings me no seed? So jot that down. Take your seed to the marketplace, not your need. Don't disclose your need to the marketplace, only your willingness. We'll talk about that a little later today because the marketplace is not interested in your need, but they are interested in your seed. They're interested in your willingness to work. They're interested in your disciplines. They're interested in your eagerness. They're interested in your vitality and your work ethic. That's what the marketplace is interested in. Not your need, but your seed. We get what we deserve. Old Testament God says, if you'll move toward me, I'll move toward you. See, that's how you get those occasions. To meet God, you must make the move. There's an extraordinary phrase in this little context, and here's what it says. It's better to give than it is to receive. Now, the uneducated person would find that difficult to ponder. Why would it be better to give than it is to receive? So let me give you one of the better phrases for the day. Here it is. Giving starts the receiving process. So, of course, it's better for me to receive my additional fortunes for the future, not necessarily for the money, because I don't need the money. I take the money, but I don't. I don't need the money. But here's what I do need for someone to say a year from now, 5 years from now, Mr. Allen, the seminar helped to change my life. And for whatever reason, I was brought here to this place for this time. And later someone says that, see, to receive that kind of things, it's unbelievable. Here's what you cannot buy that kind of things. You can't buy it with money. You have to earn it. Now let's expand a little further now that it's called the law of riches and wealth in our own self-interest. If we wish to be rich and wealthy and prosperous and healthy and all the valuable things we can think of for the human experience, how all could we get there? So understanding the law of enlightened self-interest in the law of deserving. The question was asked in the Bible, how can we be great? What is the key to greatness? Great wealth, great return, great accolades, trophies to put on the mantle above the fireplace. How can we get great respect? Great riches, great abundance for ourselves. How can we get that? And the answer was given, and here was the answer. Find a way to serve. Find a way to serve the many. So I paraphrase it to read this. Service to many leads to greatness. Service to many leads to greatness. Someone says, well, about the best I can do is take care of myself. That's okay. Self-care, you know, has its own reward, but it's very limited. He says, I can't be worried about other people's problems. I got enough problems on my own. That's okay. Self-defense is okay, self-preservation is okay, but it has a very limited reward. You wish to change that into abundance, prosperity, and uniqueness, then here's what you must do. Help solve other people's problems. Help find answers for someone else. Not just for yourself, but for someone else. And in that kind of service, you now begin the process of greatness. Someone asked the question, how can I be ruler over many? How could I manage a lot of people? How could I be the leader of a vast movement or enterprise? Here was the answer. Nothing wrong with that wish. We call that self-interest of the highest kind. Wishing to be the manager, the ruler, wishing to be presiding over many people, here was the answer. Be faithful when the amounts are small. Be faithful when there's just a few. To be disciplined when there's only a few. That starts to entitle you. To someday be ruler over many, you say, well, if I had a big organization, I'd really run it with a strong hand and I'd be a fabulous leader. I've only got a few and I don't know where they are. See, but that's not going to work. If you wish to preside over riches, you must start when the amounts are small. Someone says, oh, if I had a fortune, I'd really take good care of it. But I've only got a paycheck. I don't know where it goes. See, not knowing where it goes disqualifies you now for presiding over the fortune. We've all heard that, right? I don't know where it all goes. Did you ever hear that expression? Oh, we'd love to have you run the company. You don't know where it all goes. Somebody says it just gets away from me. Oh, we'd love to have you run the world right. It just gets away from you. Somebody says it's only pennies, it's only a few. Here's where you begin to qualify for abundance and riches and greatness and respect, is to be disciplined. When the amounts are small, someone finds it unique, right? That this many people would come and hear what I've got to say for a whole weekend. But this is not where I started. I started with just a few, but I was so on fire with the few trying to translate for them in my awkward ways. Back then, what had happened to me? My life got changed, my income got changed, my health got changed. Everything got changed for the better. And now I've lived the most extraordinary life. But it started with my passion for just a few. To translate for just a few. Someone says, well, there are just a few here. Does this meeting matter when there's only a few? And the answer is yes. Jot this down. You never know who's in the audience, whether it's a few or 1,000, whatever. But you got to be faithful when there's just a few. Tell your story when there's just a few. Be just as passionate about ideas that can change someone's life. When there's just a few, now you begin. You're not fully qualified, but you begin the qualification to someday speak to many. Someday preside over a vast crowd. Someday be the manager or the leader of millions. It used to be a long time ago. Rich was being a millionaire. But a millionaire $1 million is not that much anymore. So everything is relative, but someone says, well, I don't want to think of myself as trying to get rich. So, there's other language we can use from a variety of semantics. We can choose what's more comfortable becoming wealthy. The term wealthy in everybody's mind is probably a little different to what the amount is or what the accumulation is. So that's interesting. Rich or wealthy. But here's one concept I think everybody can comprehend, even the kids. And that's to someday be financially independent. Being able to live from the income of your personal resources. That's a goal everybody should set. Now, if you're a little late coming to this plan, you might have to, do a little more stretching than the average person would. But starting at age 15, it's easy to pencil out. Where with a normal average income and increases every year,
What's up, guys?
to be financially independent by age, 3,540 is the latest, if you have a good plan. Now, the reason why the money all disappears is not because it doesn't exist. Third, it's because the money isn't put in the right plan. Now, money is not the only value, but make this note, it is one value. It's not the only one, but it is one. Money is not the only measure of success, but it is one measure. That your current income is a measure of your personal value to the marketplace. If your current value to the marketplace is $5, you get the $5. So not that a person is only worth $5, but their value to the marketplace is only worth $5.
Push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups.
But it's possible to very quickly change those numbers by changing your value. But the numbers do illustrate the value. We cannot leave that concept out. So somebody says, you mean where I am financially is an illustration of who I am? And the answer is yes. Now, it's not the only measure. I'm not saying it's the only one, but I'm saying it is one. There's a lot of other ways to measure a person's value. As a father, person's value as a mother, person's value as a friend, as a colleague, of course. But we can't leave the money out now. Here's why. Money is an easy measure, easy to count. Let's count. See, there's nothing better than the truth. You don't need to fool with the truth. It is so dynamic in uncovering the errors of our ways and helping us to set up new